Hello viewers, this is Health Now Show, your health friend. With me, Jane Kariuki. I'm delighted to welcome you to this show. And on this show, we always say we want to share information. We want to share, to sensitize you on different things, on different ways of handling different conditions, different issues in our communities. And today is no different because we have a person in our community that we actually have issues dealing with them, handling them, interacting with them, relating with them, and this person is a narcissist personality. In our previous episode, we defined who this personality is. What are some of the characteristics of this personality? Who is this? How do they interact with us at our workplaces, at our family level, at the community, at our faith situations, in our churches, in our mosque, and any other place that we interact with them, because they are with us in the community. And they cause a lot of trouble, a lot of conflicts. And on this episode, we are going to continue with my guest, Rachel, and she's going to continue telling us what are some of the things, what are some of the contributing factors to this person, this narcissist person in our community, at home, and at our workplaces, and different other places, like the way I said, the churches. And so where she's going to continue is what are the contributing factors. And if she has any characteristic that probably she left behind, she could still pick it up and then continue with it. Karibu, Rachel.
Asante, Jane.
Yes.
Our viewers, we want to continue with our topic, and we are looking at this person who is a narcissistic person. And this person, as we said formerly, is that they want to be admired a lot. They are so self-centered because of their grandiosity. They want to be appreciated, praised. They want praise. And as a result of that, they will want to get it from you, whether you like it or you're not. Maybe at workplace, when you have done a task, or when you are their boss, they want to use other people to achieve their work and get praise and admiration from you. At community level, they want to stand out. They want to talk about themselves a lot. They could even point to somebody's house and say they built it.
Oh?
If they are fundis.
Oh, okay.
And they want to prove they are kind of wanting a client to secure a client. They can point at somebody's house and say they are the ones who did that work when they did not do it. It can be sad, Jane. But now, the issue of wanting constant praise brings a lot of tension, especially at home, at family setup. Because if a partner is not ready to feed them with praise, they feel like there's a gap and they want to go to outside there to an inferior person so that they can acquire this praise.
Oh.
Yeah. You see, now at family level, there is that feeling of your partners, and sometimes you are looking at yourselves at the same level. So hardly will you find a husband praising a wife. And now this person is feeling a deficit to be praised. So what they will do is to move out, to have better relationships out.
Somebody who will be willing to praise them.
To praise them, yes. And praise them where they want. That is the deficit now for the praise. At community level, maybe even at our church, in our churches, this person may not even have the capacity to sustain leadership at maybe a fellowship level. But they are the ones who they will grab that chance and they want to stand out so that they are praised. So they can, what they do is to usurp. If they are not given responsibility officially, they will always usurp power from behind. And so if you are the one responsible for that group, you'll be left wondering why is so-and-so behaving the way they are behaving. It is because they are narcissistic persons. They want to feed the ego, as we always say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that is at the different levels.
At different levels, I have said at the fellowship level, that could happen. At workplace, I have said they will want to own other people's work so as to get the praise.
And probably even be given a section to lead because they are being seen as if they are doing very well.
They start out as very confident people, we say.
Yeah.
So they will always be picked out. And the first impression they create is very impressive.
I can imagine the feeling of the person whose work is being kind of hijacked.
They are left demeaned. They are left demeaned. It creates a lot of antagonism, especially at workplace.
Yeah.
Antagonism at even church level. Because this is a personality you are not understanding.
Yes.
This is a person who wasn't there when you are planning this project.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they have come in, owned the project, owned the success, and they want to run with it.
Yes.
In a common setup, in a community, at community level, maybe as friends or colleagues, you went to school with them, they will always want to use you to throw parties. Call us and we will come. They are always on the go. They have a lot of energy. They will want to use other people. And when you happen to plan something social, say as former classmates or as former schoolmates, they come into the event really prepared and they pick up everything and they run the show. Despite the fact that you are the one who kind of, you could be the person who offered resources for the function, but they take the show and run with it.
They want the visibility.
Yes.
Yes.
They want the visibility, and that is their character. We should be aware of them so as to praise them where they ought to be, and so as not to fall as their victims. Yeah.
We will come to see what now the part of now what happens with this victim and what we can do about them.
Yeah.
Do you have any other characteristics?
We said that they live in fantasy. Their world is fantasy. For, say, an old lady who is 70 and is a narcissistic person, they will always, in their conversation, if you listen to them, they will talk as if they are young ladies. When I get money, I will do A, B, C, D. When I get money, I want my daughters to dress this way or to live this way. That kind of thing. And to them, it's like age doesn't matter. Well, we know very well from realities that as people age, there are some responsibilities that they cannot hold, and there are some things that they should not be planning. But in their conversations, because of this fantasy world, they look forward. They will even say, I will set up a frat. And I don't know why they are so much separated from reality. The issue is being separated from reality. Yeah.
So they live in their own world.
They live in their own world, and they will demean achievements of other people.
Why?
Yes, they will. Achievements of other people in a way that if I find you driving, I will say, Jen is driving just a Vitz. And the way I heard she bought a vehicle, I thought it was a big vehicle.
And probably that time Jane is feeling now I've achieved even a bit.
I should appreciate Jane,
yes,
even when she drives a Vitz, because I do not know her sources.
True.
And that is an improvement from her walking to driving a Vitz. Yeah.
True.
But now for this person, we always demean.
Okay.
The issue is demeaning.
All right.
When you are aware that a friend is demeaning you, just leave a distance and live your own life. Yeah.
Okay. Rachel, we look at, now from there we look at what are some of the contributing factors to this person in our workplaces, at home, or in the family setup, and also in the community. What are some of the causes, I would say, or contributing factors to this person being there?
The contributing factors, these parts are basically environmental. The way a child grew, the way they related with the parents, the way they observed other people do things, maybe their peers, they pick that behavior. Majority of the studies say that majority of them pick that behavior as they grow up. And it manifests around the age of 18. Otherwise, when the children are small, you are not able to really tell whether they have that personality. But as they grow up, now apart from the adolescence and the way we know that they are self-centered, when they start to settle at their 20s, the character now comes out. But they really hide it. You might not even know it. They conceal it. Majority of them will not acknowledge that they are narcissists. They live in denial. For those few that could acknowledge, they might get help.
Okay.
But even when they get help, like they start seeking help, for those that would seek help, it is not possible for them to relate with their helpers for long. They disengage along the way because of mistrust. They have a lot of mistrust. And this mistrust makes things work very negatively at our homes. If they are siblings, they will mistrust even their own sisters or brothers. They will feel like the brother or a sister doesn't mean well for them. Where in the actual sense, this person is harmless. At family level, if they are partners, a partner may mistrust the other one and say, you are even maybe alleging something negative for me. And the mistrust now makes the relationship bad.
So there's a lot of suspicion.
A lot of suspicion. And we said formally that they are not good in communication. And the blame game, everybody else out there is bad, negative, apart from them. Everybody else is responsible for a failure somewhere apart from them. So this is something that makes relationship with them bad.
Okay.
They are not good at interpersonal relationships. Yeah.
I'm hearing you say that for the young people, it starts around 18 years and above.
Yeah.
And some of this time is when they're in college. And I'm imagining what interaction would be with a narcissist at college level, university, and such, even before they get to the job market. Yeah.
They will start out as very good people. And that is, I think at that age is when now they will want parties. They want to use other people's resources.
Yes.
At college level.
Yeah.
They will manipulate their colleagues or their peers to use their resources to feed their ego. If for instance, a young man or a young girl is a narcissist, they will correct. It is possible for them to put a group of girls together, and the girls will be funding even trips and all that. But they are the main characters who are shining out in those trips
Hey,
or parties.
hey. Let's look at the community level in terms of the social, in terms of churches and all that.
At church level, I really don't know how we would say control, or it is good for us to be aware that they could be amongst us.
Yes.
And when a fellow human being or a fellow believer behaves in a way that you are not certain about, and you do not know why they are behaving that way, it's good to kind of step back and try to understand them. Because if they are a narcissist, they will command you. I mean, where even that is not necessary. They will give you responsibilities and want to shine out. If they are not given chances for leadership, the most likely thing is that they will move. They can even change churches.
Because they are not being recognized.
They have a right.
Oh.
Yes. This is somebody who is ever right. Other people are wrong.
Yes.
So if you are not recognizing them and praising them, admiring them, finding them important, you are not feeding their ego. So they feel they are irrelevant there. They want to go into a different setup where they will be accepted, where they will be admired, where they will be seen to be important, and where they can continue with their manipulation.
My goodness.
This person needs to be made aware of the treatment they are showing others. And if they acknowledge that they have a problem, then that is the only time that they can be helped. In most cases, they will not acknowledge.
Okay.
But in few cases, they may also be feeling frustrated about the way they behave. So in which case, they could be very ready to get help. In case they need help, it is possible for them to get help, especially from the psychotherapists. Psychotherapy is the talk. It is the talk therapy. A specialist professional counselor will be able to help them to understand themselves,
Yes.
to raise their self-awareness, to accept criticism, to accept failure, because they also have challenges accepting failure. Where in this life we live in, we succeed and other times we fail.
Yeah.
Even when we fail,
Yeah.
that is not the end. We have to keep going.
Yes.
But for a narcissist, he is hit more,
Yes.
or she is hit more by failure than just an ordinary person. So a therapist will help this person to bear failure and to bear criticism and to bear lack of admiration. Because this person constantly feels they need to be admired, they want to stand out. So when that lacks, they feel they shrink, and they could even become depressed. So therapy can help them to raise their self-awareness and to accept those facts of life. Facts of life are the negative parts.
Yeah.
The fact that you can fail and still go on with life, the fact that you don't have to use other people to achieve your means, and the fact that you don't have to step other people's shoes or toes to get to your destiny.
Yeah.
Just get there without stepping on somebody else. I think that is really help that therapists can offer.
I'm hearing a question from our viewer, and the viewer is asking, now that this person is so self-contained, so self-centered, and you are talking about awareness, how do I then get to let this person seek help? Because as you're saying, is they may not even aware that they have an issue. So that is what the viewer is asking. What would you say about that?
When they are not ready to get help,
Yeah.
life doesn't stop. Life goes on.
Yes.
Because what now we can assist our viewers see is that even when a narcissist is not ready to change, life has to go on. The person living with a narcissist needs help to cope with the narcissistic behavior. And one of the central things that this person needs is to set boundaries. If it's at family level, it is partners encountering this, let the partner who is kind of suffering, let me use the word suffering, Jane, because for real, the person who lives with a narcissist for a partner suffers psychologically. Let them know that there are ways that they can use to kind of demean this suffering or reduce. And they are called coping mechanisms. And one of the coping mechanisms is never argue with a narcissist. When a narcissist comes up with an issue wanting to kind of start an argument, be aware of it, and very fast make a decision not to argue with them. When you fail to argue with them, you kind of put water onto burning fire. So they will not be, you fail to feed their ego. So what happens is that they will draw back and feel very frustrated. But you will live more peacefully that way than taking up an argument in a way. If it is at workplace and you are encountering an narcissistic person, don't try to prove your point or like justify what you are doing. I did this because I saw ABCD. Reduce those justifications.
I'm imagining that is also very frustrating on me.
As much as it is frustrating, it is better when you don't justify why you did what you did, so long as you believe what you did was right, than wanting to justify. Because once you try on your journey to justifying, you'll be bringing yourself fire from this person. Because a narcissistic person feeds on arguments, feeds on those justifications. So the minute you take up a route to justify why you did what you did, then you are feeding them and they keep going. They get very energized. They will not give up along the way. They don't until you give up and say you have your way. So the best way, instead of going through this, just have very minimal exchanges where necessary and avoid justifications or wanting to prove a point. And that way you can manage and live with them peacefully. Once in a while an argument will come, but when you are aware, you know how to shut it down by not contributing or not defending yourself. Tell them they are right. The minute you tell them they are right, they are gone. Yeah, that is the way to put out the fire.
Okay.
Yeah. If a narcissist argues with you and you tell them, oh, I realize you are right, it's like they don't like that.
They want you to...
They enjoy when you are arguing. They have energy when you are arguing. But once you lift your hands and say, I realize you are right, even when you are not when you are convinced that they are not right, you just give in. That is the best way to put the fire out. Okay. Another way is to set boundaries. Let them know your limits, their limits. Let them not keep, if it's in a family setup, set boundaries such that they know there are areas they should not go beyond. Set boundaries if it is in the area of, if the issue that is bringing conflict is finances.
Yes.
Set boundaries and deal with your finances independently. If that is what is causing the problem. But if you are having a narcissistic person
Yes.
and you decide we are going to run a common account,
Yes.
I am telling you, you'll be in for it.
What would happen? I'm just imagining.
We said they are manipulative.
Yes.
So you will have to be even asking for fare from them. And they enjoy that.
When they're in charge.
When they are in charge, they enjoy. So what they will do, I mean, they will make sure that you remain below there. You can even ask for, you'll be asking for fare, you will be asking for airtime and everything. So the best way is to set boundaries. As soon as you get to know who you are dealing with, set boundaries respectively, whichever the area is. Okay, I gave an example of finances.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be finances alone, but set the correct boundaries and get going.
Yes.
Because right now, for instance, I'm a Christian, and in our Christian setup, we say we get into a relationship, a marriage relationship, till death. Complete for me.
Do us part.
Yeah, so if you're believing like me that way, you don't have to separate. You continue living together, but you run your affairs with boundaries and continue, and you survive. Coping mechanisms are very necessary in this case.
Okay. All right. Any other?
Be assertive. We said that before, but I will repeat again. It is good to be assertive.
Yes.
At workplace especially.
Yes.
If you have a work colleague who is a narcissist, be assertive.
Yes.
As long as being assertive is knowing what is right and standing for it.
Yes.
As long as you know what you are doing is right.
Yes.
The narcissistic person will always want to sway you, to make you see as if you are on the wrong. But just stand your feet on your feet.
Yes.
Stand your ground.
Yes.
And you'll manage. Very soon they get deflected and they will not now. They realize you are the wrong person to kind of push around. So they will move to another victim. They know they are victims because their victims are the ones who are ready to feed their ego. Yeah.
Do these people ever change?
I believe, as a Christian, I believe anybody can change because we say Christ comes to bring new life in us.
Yes.
But in normal circumstances, a human being can only change when they are willing to change. But you cannot change them. If change starts with them, they can change.
Yes.
If they are seeking help. We say they can seek help through a professional counselor, and they are taken into sessions that are necessary.
Yes.
So I wouldn't say that they cannot change.
Yes.
They can change.
Yeah.
Although some studies show that even when they start counseling sessions, majority of them do not go through the journey to the end because of mistrust. They drop along the way. That is a challenge. But I believe there are those that can complete the journey and change. But if you are living with a narcissist and you are telling yourself that you can change them, I would advise you to give up because you can't change them. Even for an ordinary person, you cannot change a person. You can only change yourself. So I would advise whoever is living with them to see how to cope or to see how to change themselves than expect to change the narcissistic person.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a psychologist, I'm also seeing that the person living with the narcissist would also at some point require therapy because of the many issues that they go through with them. What would you say about? Yeah, I know as a psychologist that would be possible. Yes. As a sociologist.
Thank you, Jane.
Yes.
Thank you, Jane.
Yeah.
I think even self-awareness starts from there. a person would be suffering, would be feeling very bombarded, ever getting criticism, receiving blame for every kind of failure at whatever level, especially at family level. If this person is not having enough support system, it can be difficult for them. So if you are living with a narcissistic person, and you want to live on and manage your life, you need outside support, strong support system. Support system are these people who surround you, who you kind of encourage you, who lift your moods, who even give you advice. Sometimes you can consult mentors and all that. And it is very necessary to have professional counseling, because it is from there that you'll be aware, and it is from there that you will know how to set your boundaries. It is from there that you'll be able to kind of allow them to behave the way they are behaving without you being dragged into it. Yeah.
Okay. This is a person that actually is really difficult to live with. And what I'm seeing is that we've gone to looking at different levels of interaction with this person. Rachel, this can go on and on and on.
Sure.
But because of our time, I would request you to share with us, what is your parting shot on this kind of a person?
My parting shot is that our viewer, it's good for us to acknowledge that there is no person who enjoys being negative. So as much as you could find maybe your child, your son, your daughter, or maybe your partner or your workmate is a narcissist, has a narcissistic character, it is not sometimes their choice. It is not that they enjoy behaving the way they are behaving. So the best way to live with them, first of all, understand them. And after you understand them, now know how to deal with them. You can even advise, approach them, and if they are friends, if you have a friend, approach them and recommend that they need to seek professional counseling in order for them to benefit and in order for them to change. And if they are not willing to do that, life goes on. It is part of our society. These are our brothers, our sisters. Sometimes it is our mothers. And sometimes it's our mothers-in-law. And you could use a lot of energy just reacting to them and trying to prove that you came, this is my husband. Leave them and give them their space. And we can easily continue to live in harmony in our society. I'm a sociologist, I said. So harmony is the key for us to live in this society. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
Welcome.
You've really enlightened us. You've really, I believe our viewer, you have learned something from Rachel. And thank you so much for honoring our invitation and coming and sharing this very critical information to our viewer. And our viewer, if you are like me, I've learned so much. And before we close, I know you must have interacted with this kind of a person in one way or other. And I would request you to continue sharing with us what is your experience with this kind of a person. Probably from the sharing that Rachel has shared with us, you have learned, you have realized, oh, kumbe the person that I stay with is a narcissist, or the person I work with, the person that I'm having business with is a narcissist. And you know that, as Rachel has shared with us, is that you can seek help. We would like you to give us feedback. We would like you to comment on our Facebook, Health Now Show, and also on our YouTube, Health Now Show. And we'll be glad even to continue supporting you and even to sharing more information that can make your life healthier, make your life better, interactions improvement, even your relationships are improved, And when we have all that, we have a whole person that is living a healthier life, more productive, and more enjoyable. And that is the objective of this Health Now show, that we are here to make your life better and healthier. Until next time, God bless you. Thank you so much for tuning in on this show.